Ben, let's go. On commence le pod. Let's get ready.
All right.
First time on a podcast?
First time on the podcast.
How does it feel?
It's great. Great setup. I like it.
Great studio.
You can change the colors in here. You can change the setting. All modern. Looks great. Very good setup.
Very cool. You can put up the TV here like this. You guys are going to see it's going to start coming up. Oh, there it is.
So in the future, we would be able to show some statistics on the screen.
Yeah.
Just share whatever, really.
Whatever we want. Can also have like someone on Zoom. And you can record their voice and everything.
Okay, and like have a discussion.
Yeah, and like our mic and our camera won't be like the computer's camera. It's going to be the actual setup that's going to be showing like them on their screen. Okay. So it's pretty cool.
Wow.
It's pas mal cool.
All right, that's great.
So that's one thing to keep in mind. I was excited to try this out. So I've been coming here pretty much every day. It's my main office, I guess.
When did the project start?
Oh, God. We started about, I'd say 3 months ago, 4 months ago. Like, it's been a long time coming. So we were taking walls down to make this one happen, putting up walls, insulation after insulation. I think there's like resilient channel, a bunch of stuff. We like really did everything overkill.
You guys did a great job.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's great that we have this to our disposition and being able to use this place here.
Yeah. Pierre, Jer, Marty put a lot of work into it.
Shout out to those guys.
Oh, yeah. 100%. If you look at the flooring, I was part of that.
It looks amazing. I was just about to mention it.
Oh, yeah. Marty actually made this table with Jer.
Oh, yeah?
They made the table. Yeah.
Wow. That's nice, huh?
It's a really nice table.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything here was made like by Jer and Marty pretty much. Like all the tables, those ones where the cameras are. You guys can't see it, but
yeah, there's so many angles.
Yeah, so there's
an angle here, an angle there.
Even that one up there. So if
I
don't know if we see you in there. Yeah, we see me more, a bit more.
Yeah. What a setup. What a setup.
So, how was your day so far?
Pretty good. Went to an agent-only open house earlier.
Yeah, that was fun.
You were there. It was a nice little place right along the water. Great listing. May have a buyer that's interested, so
that's good.
It was worth going for sure.
That's the point of it. Agent open houses are always fun to see other agents, connect. Also for like the social aspect of everything.
No, for sure.
Yeah. It was your first one, right?
Yeah, first agent-only open house.
Yeah.
I was invited to a couple, but now I see the value in it. In the first place, I didn't think there was much value, but you get to connect with your associates and just discuss, and yeah, it was pretty fun.
Yeah, it's fun. Even if it like this one was Megan and RJ's, like with the MC team that was hosting it, but even like with other brokerages, it's nice to also like chat with them and get their perspective of what's going on the market, how they do stuff. Like at the end of the day, we're all doing the same job. We're all trying to help our clients sell or buy. Yeah, that's what we're all doing. So.
And any useful input is always good. We're competing against each other. Yeah. That's for sure. But we all have our niches and kind of our areas, so we might as well just work together. EXP, it's pretty much what it's all about, right?
Yes. For us in the office, I think we're 90 now, including all the offices like part of this group. We're 90.
That's
89,
crazy,
89, I think.
It's expanding.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's a demonstration of how it's expanding.
Yeah. Like
we're in it right now.
In the office. So yeah, we just expanded. We now have like the whole top floor to EXP. So we're painting right now. It's going to be really cool. It's going to look super nice.
How about the offices? Are there some that are still vacant or they're all rented?
Yeah. So if you know anyone looking for an office, if you're a mortgage broker, like insurance broker, mortgage broker, I think I've said it, but lawyer, we already have an in-house lawyer, in-house mortgage brokers, but we're always looking for more. just anyone who can use an office space surrounded by 90 agents, there's a lot of value here for that.
Oh yeah, for sure,
So,
sure.
if you're looking for an office, we have a couple of them vacant right now, different sizes, windows, no windows. So it's always good.
Yeah, no, it's a great spot. Good team dynamic.
Yeah.
It's just aesthetically pleasing as well. I see that you guys are painting and refreshing the place, always always reinvesting in it. So it's just a good team to be around.
Yeah.
Good people.
Always someone here to help you out. And like, just yesterday I had a question. I was in the bullpen, and you just go see someone beside you, and you're like, hey, have you ever done this, or like have this situation? And it's always nice to connect with other people and see their point of view. Like I was saying, same thing for like the agent open houses. See other people's point of view.
Exactly. There's some value in that. I mean, we still have a lot to learn there. We're running a lot of around a lot of people that have a lot of experience, and it's a time to kind of be a sponge and just absorb all that right now.
Exactly, and it's the place to be. You have like a bunch of big team leaders around here, just selling like 200 homes per year. So
yeah,
it's crazy to see them going and learning from them.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, well, one thing I'm learning a lot right now in Limoges, actually, our team, we represent a builder.
TMJ.
TMJ Construction, and also Benham Construction.
Okay.
It's a parent company and a daughter company, and essentially I'm learning so much. I try and go to the development at least once a week, try to walk through the houses, see how the framing is done, see how the foundation is done, see what materials are used, kind of understand the costs, just understand the process. Like that's the point I am in my career, right?
And that's huge for your clients as well. Like the value you bring them is huge. So before I was working real estate, I was already working real estate with Marty as an admin, doing some stuff with him. But I was also working in his apartment complexes, doing some renovations. So I learned how to build walls and like just the cost of everything related to it. Like he would show me, so that way I already had a good idea for like when I was helping out clients. Like
that's valuable.
Give or take, this is how much it is. It's not that big of a deal because everything can be fixed. You just need the money, right?
Oh yeah.
But like the things to change as well that don't cost too much, that are going to bring a lot of value into your home. That's what I've learned at the same time. That's what you need to do with those apartments to have a better cash flow.
For sure. For sure. As soon as it's vacant, small reinvestment can represent 100, 200, 300 more in your pocket per month. So it's for sure worth reinvesting.
I have a question for you on that.
Yeah.
What do you think would be better? What would you prefer? A new build, like apartment complex, or older?
Well, personally, where I am right now, I rather new build. Why? Time on my hands to reinvest into something. I don't have it to allocate it towards that.
Okay.
If someone's handy and they wanna flip something, there's some value to get out of there.
Yeah.
But the thing to keep in mind with apartments like that is the aging of the foundation, the aging of the major structural things, the aging of, say, the furnace and whatnot. Those are pretty hefty bills. Of course, you're going to pay the price initially for a new build.
That's right.
But most of the tenants out there right now, the budgets are pretty high, because to borrow for a mortgage, it's even higher.
Oh, for sure.
So you're able to get a very, very good premium. Just to give you an idea, we do sell some duplexes and fourplexes in Limoges. So a 3-bedroom, 1-bathroom unit is $2,350 a month.
Okay.
And the utilities are separate as well per unit.
Yeah.
Of course, say a fourplex is 1.2 million.
Yeah.
But that's a very good income, over $2,000 a month.
For sure.
Plus they're paying the utilities because it's new build. You of course have separate hydrometers, separate gas meters and everything. So it's already optimized to be an income property.
You also don't have any rent control. Did you know that?
No, I wasn't aware.
Anything over 2018, I believe. Anything built over to like after 2018 has no rent control.
Okay.
So landlord, so you have your 1 year lease. At the end of the lease, you can do whatever you want with the price of the lease.
Okay.
So
No,
you can.
that's good to know. I wasn't
so
aware.
Anything
That's a big selling
over,
feature.
let's say you're renting right now, you rent it out for like 2,000, and places are going for a lot more. I'll say that again. So let's say in 2018, after that, it's built after 2018, you rent it out for $2,000 a month. The yearly increase like that the government says you can do is like 2.1%, something like that. But you see the other units going up like 200 a month. You can do that if you want. So I think there's value there.
Of course.
But at the same time, as a landlord, if I have a good tenant, I don't think I would put it up to $100 a month.
Well, no, you don't want to, you don't want them to be moving and
exactly.
Miss your shot there.
Yeah.
But it's good still when there's no restrictions. It's kind of overstepping, if you ask me. Rent controls and regulations like that. It's a weird play.
Yeah.
It's depleting energy. It's stopping the free market.
Yeah.
The free market is basically where competition is born out of. But if it's not a free market, then there's actually rent controls and stuff like that. The tenants don't actually pay what they would be paying. They're paying what the government is saying.
That's right. And now let's say most triplexes, like if you look like in Hawkesbury, Cornwall, they're all like great triplexes. They need renovations, but the thing is, those tenants have been there for so long that like the bills are so expensive.
Yeah.
And most of them, the landlords are paying the hydro. So let's say they're paying like $500 a month. It's costing them $300 in hydro.
Yeah.
They're barely making money. And now you come to sell those, you're not making money. Like, it's not an investment at this point.
Oh no, it's not a store of value anymore. It's just depleting. It's just depleting your money. Though there's some successful people that do invest in those areas. One of the people that works out of my office, Sylvain Hébert. And well, sometimes what you can do with some tenants is you can offer cash for keys.
Oh yeah.
If you're able to make that happen, you can reinvest into the unit and have an up-to-date rent price,
for sure,
rent premium, and you're gonna cash flow as soon as you buy that investment property. It's not guaranteed. You got to do your due diligence, of course,
for sure.
But it's a good move to be investing there because you're actually able to cash flow. It's very hard to find a property, say in Ottawa, or even just in like a half-hour radius of Ottawa that cash flows today.
That's right, because let's say you have a budget of 500,000, 600,000. You're gonna come here in Ottawa. You don't have anything for like under $1 million.
Yeah,
that's really worth it. So you're better off going in Hawkesbury, having like a triplex, fourplex for like. You can find some for like $350.
Yeah, $350, $400 if you want to have something a little bit
better, yeah. Or you just need to add some value, find a way to add value, and if you can do cash for keys, double the cash flow, you're golden.
Yeah, and well, another thing to keep in mind is, say you live in Ottawa or Eastern Ottawa or whatnot. You might want to have a manager or, property manager, so that's one other expense to keep in mind if ever you're investing in a further away location than where you're living. If you do have enough income coming in per month, I mean, you can just factor it in your numbers, but sometimes you can't fit it. So just keep in mind that maybe you'll have to be on the road a little bit, and your time's worth something as well.
For sure.
Also, the return on investment, as far as appreciation goes, it does not seem to be appreciating at the exact rate as it is in a big big center like Ottawa. There's a little bit less people that are coming in, a little bit less demand, a little bit less services, and whatnot. But it's a very good starting point. For the people that are ambitious out there, it's a very good starting point. Centers that are within, 2 hours proximity of a big center, it's a good place.
Let's say Hawkesbury, you're right in the middle of Montreal and Ottawa. So if you have people coming in that work like in Ottawa and in Montreal, it's the place to be.
For sure.
Like an hour from each.
If you're able to live in one of the units, that's a way to
get the drive from Ottawa to Hawkesbury is not too bad.
It's doable.
We
it's
just
about
did
an
it.
hour and 15 minutes or so. Yeah.
And that's really doable. That was midday. So.
Yeah. And here's another place, Cornwall. It's very similarly situated.
Yeah.
It's very, very well situated, if you ask me, actually. And the economy seems to be somewhat prosperous in that area. In the last few years, there seems to be quite a bit of a reinvestment. Mm-hmm. So that's another place.
The upcoming towns.
Yeah.
Up and coming. That's the key word.
That's it.
You go more in the Cornwall area, right?
Sorry?
You're often in the Cornwall area, right?
Yeah. Well, I deal mostly like out of the eastern/southern part of Ottawa. Okay. So yeah, pretty much sticking into that area.
Yeah, me too. Like for us, like between Ottawa all the way to Hawkesbury is really where we focus. Like that's our focus area. We'll go anywhere else. We love going everywhere else, but that's where mainly our business brings us.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
you go where the money is.
That's it. You got to stick to your niche there. You got to know your market if you're going to be an agent.
That's right. Yeah. What made you want to... C'est quoi qui t'a fait vouloir devenir un agent?
Ouais, fait que vraiment, moi, j'ai toujours été quelqu'un qui est orienté vers les gens. Là. J'aime vraiment ça, l'entre-gens.
Okay.
J'aime ça servir les gens. Moi, j'ai juste déjà eu un emploi dans le service à la clientèle. J'étais livreur de nourriture pour un bon 2 ans de ma vie. Puis après ça, je suis devenu serveur aussitôt que j'avais l'âge pour pouvoir donner l'alcool aux gens. Fait que j'aime vraiment ça, l'entre-gens. J'aime vraiment ça, servir. Puis le sentiment que ça me donne suite à avoir fait ces actes-là. Une autre raison, c'est que j'aime bien que ton temps est rémunéré par rapport à la valeur que tu offres à la personne qui demande ton service.
That's right.
Fait que quand j'étais serveur, si quelqu'un me demande de lui emporter ce plat-là, il me demande de lui emporter ce breuvage-là, OK, je vais peut-être faire un petit pourcentage de type à la fin. Mais si jamais que j'ajoute de la valeur, si jamais que je pique une conversation avec eux autres, ou si jamais que je me souviens que leur enfant est à telle étape dans l'école, puis je leur pose la question, hey, regarde, il est rendu à quelle étape là, ton jeune? Là? Puis je reste up-to-date avec eux autres, ben ils ont plus de valeur. Ils se sentent bien, ils se sentent appréciés, ils se sentent comme si je fais attention à où ce que leurs enfants sont rendus dans la vie et tout. Puis ils démontrent monétairement à la fin du souper. C'est essentiellement la même chose. Le service dans le real estate. Par contre, c'est plus haut de gamme. La commission est plus haute, puis les risques et le niveau de travail est plus haut. Fait que le rush que je ressens d'appréciation pour avoir donné le service, c'est cette magnitude-là de plus haut que d'emporter de la nourriture et des breuvages sur une table. T'sais? Fait que c'est vraiment de là que ça vient. C'est de là que ça vient. J'ai pogné la piqûre d'aider les gens. Puis, je me vois faire ça pour des années à venir.
Good. C'est ça l'important. Moi, c'est récemment, j'ai aidé des first-time home buyers à acheter. C'est un jeune couple. Lui, il est électricien. Elle est infirmière. Ils viennent de comme finir leurs études puis tout ça, puis ils commencent. Puis honnêtement, je pense que j'étais plus pompé qu'eux autres.
Ah oui, hein?
Quand je leur ai amené une bouteille de champagne avec un petit closing gift tout ça, puis j'étais aussi pompé qu'eux autres qui closaient là, sa maison.
Ah oui, je pense que les first-time home buyers, c'est vraiment là, c'est ceux qui l'apprécient le plus. Là, tu sais, c'est la première fois qu'ils passent à travers, puis ils voient le travail que tu fais, puis ils le reconnaissent. C'est merveilleux.
Oh, ouais, tu leur lead la way. Dans le fond, tu leur étape par étape, tu leur expliques tout parce qu'ils savent pas.
Non, ils n'ont jamais passé à travers de cette expérience-là, puis c'est ça notre job,
c'est
toi c'est
d'être
le plus transparent qu'on est capable pour que ça soit bien
c'est toi
clair
qui rends cette expérience-là le fun pour eux autres aussi.
Oui.
Si tu fais pas ta job comme faut, ils n'auront pas une belle expérience.
Non, c'est ça. Exactement.
Ça, c'est pas trop bon non plus. Je viens de réaliser, j'ai switché anglais-français.
Ouais. C'est bien correct, bien correct.
Premier pod, on l'essaye. On va figurer après ça ce qui se passe, un autre podcast.
Ouais, c'est ça, il va falloir
anglais,
aller se trouver un autre podcast, là.
Un logo.
Ouais.
Là, on rock le Uberflix Studio. Easy and simple. Ça l'est pas mal easy and simple quand tu y penses. Comme,
ouais.
On arrive ici, pèse un piton, pouf!
Super beau setup, c'est très optimisé. J'ai pas besoin de me casser la tête pour tout apprendre. C'est bien simple, les caméras ils roulent déjà. Ouais, non, c'est vraiment bien. Toutes les lumières, le lighting, c'est tellement bien. Je vois la qualité. Nous autres, vous n'êtes pas capable de le voir, mais on est capable de voir la qualité des vidéos présentement. On est capable de se voir parler, puis c'est merveilleux. Là.
Ouais, pas mal nice. Ouais. Tu te vois parler?
Ouais.
Ah. Non, c'est vrai, tu vois la voix aussi comme notre...
Ouais, ben ouais, c'est ça, tu vois...
Ça, c'est cool.
Ouais, là, tu sais, là, c'est encore plus haut.
Ouais, puis là, tu peux faire comme des ASMR. Hey, moi, je pense qu'on fait un podcast juste d'ASMR. J'étais moi qui fait des comme... Ouh! Est-ce que t'as soif?
Yes, sir!
Oh, nice! Pas de trouble. Tu plates, je viens de donner la mienne.
Bon.
Voleur d'Esca.
Quel sujet qu'on parle?
Je sais pas. Hey, on est allé quand même 25 minutes sans comme...
Ouais, sans se questionner de même. Là. C'était pas mal smooth.
C'était smooth.
C'est bien. Ouais. Il est quelle heure? Comme? On a combien de temps?
Comme il nous reste 25 minutes.
OK.
Oh yes.
Doable, ça.
Ça fonctionne. C'est quoi la transaction la plus dure que tu as eue à date? Est-ce qu'il y a des transactions qui sont plus dures que d'autres?
Il y a définitivement des transactions qui sont plus dures que d'autres. Ça dépend vraiment quand ton client... Est-ce qu'il veut déménager ou est-ce qu'il a besoin de déménager? Right. C'est vraiment là que ça retombe. Quand c'est un besoin, des fois, c'est pas voulu. Des fois, ça va être malheureusement un divorce. Des fois, ça va être j'ai plus d'emploi où est-ce que j'habite présentement puis je dois aménager pour aller à mon emploi. Fait que ça retombe vraiment sur la motivation du client. Les plus difficiles à passer à travers d'eux, c'est définitivement les situations de divorce, d'après moi.
C'est pas évident, ça.
C'est pas très, très évident. Ça prend un ballon. Il faut accepter les deux points de vue dans la relation que des fois, il y a des accrochages, des fois. Il y a des accrochages. Donc...
Des fois.
Ouais. De temps en temps, quand il y a un divorce, il y a un accrochage. Give or take.
C'est rare qu'il y a rien pantoute, c'est juste comme ça va bien. Hey man, on se divorce.
Ouais.
On va à la maison, on va s'entendre sur tout, puis on vend.
Ouais. Ah non, il y a des complexités. Souvent, il va y avoir quelqu'un qui veut pas aménager, puis qui aimerait garder la maison. Yeah. Par contre, potentiellement, leur budget il est pas assez haut pour pouvoir prendre la dette. Peut-être qu'il l'est assez, justement, mais il y a quelqu'un dans le couple qui veut vraiment vendre, puis toi, ton point de contact, c'est la personne qui veut vraiment vendre, parce que c'est eux qui t'ont contacté l'agent, mais... tu sais, l'autre personne aimerait pas vendre. Fait qu'ils veulent pas te parler, ils veulent pas entendre ce que tu as à offrir, ils ne veulent pas savoir c'est quoi la valeur de leur maison d'après un agent, ils veulent le savoir par rapport à la banque. C'est ça.
C'est pas évident. Tu sais, moi, j'ai déjà fait une évaluation pour du monde. Un couple qui se divorçait. J'ai fait l'évaluation, tout ça, tout est good. Puis ils me rappellent, ils sont comme... On a checké avec le mortgage broker, tout ça, puis ils sont comme... On peut pas racheter chacun notre bord. Puis comme là, louer, ça va leur coûter comme chacun comme 2500, 2500. Ils ont 3 enfants.
Ouais.
Fait qu'il leur faut des 4 chambres à coucher, les deux. C'est 2500, 3000. Ça faisait pas de sens. Finalement, il a fallu qu'il reste tout dans la maison.
Ah oui, hein?
Toute la gang dans la même maison.
Wow.
Fait que lui, il vit comme au sous-sol.
C'est là que ça prend un in-law suite, là.
Lui, il vit au sous-sol, puis comme elle est en haut. Ça, c'est comme wow.
Ouais.
C'est quand même rough, là.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Exactement.
Ouais.
Ça, c'était pas facile pour eux autres, for sure, mais...
Mais c'est là qu'on est, là. Il y a pas... c'est pas tout le monde qui est capable de qualifier avec les taux d'intérêt d'aujourd'hui.
C'est ça, il y a ça.
Je voulais justement te parler de ça aujourd'hui. Les taux d'intérêt, où est-ce qu'on se trouve.
Ouais.
Puis c'est... Comment est-ce que ça dirige le marché? On a commencé à avoir des petites baisses dans les derniers quelques mois, puis ça n'a pas eu tant d'impact que ça quand même sur le marché.
Moi aussi, c'est ça, j'étais surpris.
Ouais, je suis le seul qui voit ça comme...
Parce que moi, j'étais aussi sûr qu'aussitôt que les taux d'intérêt ils allaient baisser moindrement, parce que tu sais, on a beaucoup de clients qui nous disent « Ah, on attend que les taux d'intérêt baissent. Ah, on attend que les taux d'intérêt baissent. Les taux d'intérêt sont trop hauts. » Oui, mais taux d'intérêt qui baisse, prix de maison qui monte. Moi, j'ai tout le temps vu ça de même. En ce moment, je pense que c'est quand même un temps quand même équilibré pour acheter parce que le market, il n'a pas eu monté encore. Je pense que peut-être la prochaine, ça va vraiment être la goutte qui va te faire dépasser le vase, là.
Je pense qu'on est dans un marché...
j'ai mal dit ça, mais...
On est dans un marché balancé, c'est certain.
C'est ça, moi, je trouve, en ce moment.
Les avantages de ça, c'est que c'est avantageux pour les deux.
Oui,
les vendeurs et les acheteurs. Encore une fois, ça revient toujours, est-ce que tu as besoin d'aménager ou est-ce que tu veux aménager?
C'est ça, c'est quoi la motivation?
C'est vraiment sur ça que ça retombe, là.
Ouais.
C'est plus des gens qui sont pressés à acheter.
Ouais.
Les acheteurs, ils ont amplement de choix sur le marché. Ils peuvent se promener de maison en maison jusqu'à ce qu'ils mettent le doigt sur la parfaite. Puis, les vendeurs, regarde, est-ce que j'ai besoin d'aménager? Oui, j'ai besoin. Ben, je suis aussi bien de primer ma maison bien pour le marché. Faut que je me démarque, là.
Ça venait à mon prochain point, je voulais te parler. Le listing price dans un market comme aujourd'hui, c'est tellement important. Parce que, tu sais, s'il est trop bas, il y a assez d'acheteurs pour ramener le prix, d'après moi. Ouais. Comme ramener le prix au market value. Tu sais, si vraiment tu es listé trop bas, tu vas avoir beaucoup, beaucoup, beaucoup d'intérêt. Puis tu vas avoir peut-être 2-3 offres, ça va le ramener. C'est pas tout le temps le cas, mais habituellement. Tandis que si tu listes trop haut, tu vas avoir absolument aucune visite, tu vas avoir aucun intérêt, aucun lead dessus.
Oui, puis ça fait pas une très très bonne image non plus si tu as besoin de faire diminuer le prix à un certain point.
C'est ça.
C'est pas la meilleure des images. D'autres façons aussi, là, c'est définitivement d'autres façons de faire sûr que t'es bien primé. Là. L'état de la maison, elle change quelque chose aussi. Hein.
That's right.
Tu sais, si jamais qu'il y a beaucoup d'enfants, c'est au désordre, il y a peut-être des pocs sur les murs, il y a des places où ça pourrait être rafistolé un peu, là, la maison. Ou les acheteurs, aujourd'hui...
Plus simple que ça. Si c'est un mess, s'il y a des affaires qui traînent partout, ramasse-toi. C'est ça qui va rajouter le plus de valeur à ta maison. Tu sais, il n'y a rien de wrong à louer un storage unit. Nous autres, on le recommande souvent. Louer un storage unit pendant 2 mois, le temps qu'on vende. Oui, ça va coûter un petit peu d'argent, mais tu sais, tu vas le revoir sur ta maison. Tu vas avoir plus d'activités. Ça va avoir de l'air plus propre, ça va avoir de l'air plus gros. Tu sais, tu vas vraiment pouvoir avoir le feel de la maison.
Oui, vraiment avoir l'espace. Il n'y aura pas les cadres personnels tout autour de la maison qui empêchent des fois les gens de se voir dans la place. Peut-être qu'il y a des meubles que tu n'as pas besoin pendant cette période-là que tu es sur le marché. Ben, au moins, les acheteurs potentiels vont être capables de voir leurs meubles dans cet espace-là. À la place de voir le vôtre, puis pas être capable d'estimer l'espace qu'il y a.
Ouais.
Fait que... Oui, il y a définitivement ces avantages-là.
Qu'est-ce que tu penses qu'une maison vacante, ça serait mieux à vendre, vu qu'il n'y a aucun meuble et tout ça?
Présentement, je pense que les maisons vacantes, c'est mieux.
Ça bouge?
C'est mieux présentement. T'es capable de prendre les mesures très facilement des chambres. T'es capable de vraiment visualiser le tout. Puis aussi, ben, ça permet de voir si jamais il y a quelque chose de caché en arrière d'un meuble, si jamais qu'il y a du dommage qui était pas visible à cause que dans un garde-robe, il y avait
trop
tel
de
manteau. Fait que ça a ses avantages, c'est certain. Un autre avantage, c'est les chances sont que si c'est vacant, sont capables d'accommoder une possession rapide. Puis il y a beaucoup d'acheteurs présentement qui sont ouverts à des possessions rapides. C'est une très bonne façon de se démarquer. Puis souvent, ça l'aide à la négociation.
Surtout si la maison est vacante.
Définitivement, parce que là, le propriétaire est en train de payer des taxes dans le vide, tandis qu'il n'habite pas là. Il est peut-être en train de payer des petites factures de chauffage, disons que c'est pendant les périodes d'hiver, des petites factures d'électricité. Donc, il y a des coûts à avoir une maison vacante. Là.
For sure.
Fait que c'est définitivement avantageux là, d'un acheteur d'accommoder avec une possession rapide.
Ouais. Moi, pour une maison vacante, tout le temps, je sais jamais, parce que des fois, on dirait qu'une maison bien stagée, dans ma tête, va battre une maison vacante. Ça dépend. Mais tu sais, une maison super bien stagée, la personne peut vraiment voir comme, oh wow, comme...
Ouais, ça là, c'est nice. Bien fait, ça aussi.
C'est ça. Ça là, c'est bien fait. Il y a des avantages et des désavantages. Vraiment, c'est ce qu'il y a de mieux pour le vendeur. Tu sais, c'est lui, il est mieux de déménager avant de vendre. Hey, go for it. Rien de wrong avec ça. S'il est mieux d'attendre, rien de wrong avec ça non plus.
Bien dit, bien dit.
Ouais. Ça vient au même point que c'est quand le meilleur temps d'acheter. C'est quand c'est le meilleur temps pour toi. C'est ça que c'est, dans le fond.
Ah oui, je suis bien d'accord.
Il y a tout le temps des désavantages, comme tout le temps. Fait que figure out c'est quoi qui est le plus important pour toi, puis là, on peut faire un timeline. Tant qu'à moi, c'est ça.
Ouais. Faut combler les besoins.
Ouais. En parlant de taxes, qu'est-ce que t'en penses du land transfer tax, comme le rebate pour les first-time home buyers? En ce moment, c'est 4 000 $, c'est ça?
C'est ça. Présentement, c'est 4 000 $. Comment que ça fonctionne? C'est justement, il faut que tu sois un first-time home buyer.
Ouais.
On devrait le dire en anglais, ça, actually. Okay. Parce que je sais pas, un premier acheteur de maison.
Okay, let's do it in English. Yeah. On switch back le pod. Welcome everyone. Part 3 in English. We'll switch it up again. So we spoke about first-time home buyers, how we both love dealing with them. It's a passion for me, dealing with first-time home buyers.
It's a great experience. And, the first-time home buyers, they do have some incentives and some advantages, which I think it's granted. Being a first-time home buyer in this kind of market is not the easiest.
Oh, for sure.
I can attest to that. So here's one thing. You have a land transfer tax when you're buying a property. Yeah. It's a tax that you need to pay in order to get your name on title. It's a cost that is done through the lawyers on closing. So that's one cost to keep in mind. There are some very useful sites online that you can calculate the land transfer tax that you would be paying on, say, a $500,000 house. If I'm not mistaken, it should be around $7,500 or so. It's pretty up there. It's hefty. That's not counting your down on your house. That's not counting the lawyer fees.
Yeah.
You may have an inspection and stuff like that.
For sure.
So here's an incentive that the government gives to the first-time home buyers. It's $4,000 off that land transfer tax. So, I mean, $4,000 is nice.
It's better than nothing.
It's better than nothing. Exactly.
That's right.
But I don't know exactly which year it started, but it has never went up.
Okay.
The home prices have went up, clearly. Here's a way that it could work a little bit better. How about it would be a percentage of the buying price instead?
That could be great.
So it can be under $4,000 if you're buying a $200,000 fixer-upper.
Yeah.
It can be over $4,000 if you're buying a pretty hefty house that you're going to be paying $15,000 of land transfer tax.
That's right.
First-time home buyers, probably the budget is not that you would have $15,000 of land transfer tax.
Probably not, but we never know.
Yeah. So if it would be a percentage, that would be great. I think that could be something that could be implemented, and it's very simple. If ever you are a first-time home buyer, you're considering buying, talk about it to your lawyer and let them know that you're a first-time home buyer, and they're gonna apply that discount as soon as possible. Here's one thing to keep in mind: if ever you have a cosigner on file, for example, your parents need to cosign for your first property. Say that you have 99% of the ownership.
Yeah.
Your parents need to have at least 1% for them to co-sign.
Mm-hmm.
So only 99% of that $4,000 would be applicable.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So if ever you do have you're a first-time home buyer, you do have a co-signer, ideally you have the highest ownership to be able to get that rebate.
For sure.
If you split it 50-50 with your parents, for example, as you split the down 50-50, then it would be $2,000, the rebate. And you can't have it again. You won't have $2,000 on your next home, right?
Okay,
it's only
so it doesn't stick.
Exactly. So just one thing to keep in mind for you first-time home buyers out there, if you have a co-signer, let them know that you want to have 99% of ownership.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Never thought of that. Huh.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Wow. Yeah. So let's say you're buying a house with Isabelle.
Sure. Why?
With your girlfriend.
Why? With your partner or girlfriend? Why?
So let's say you're buying a house with your partner, your girlfriend. You already have a house. She doesn't. You guys 50-50 on the mortgage, 50-50 like down payment, everything. 50-50 open like ownership. Only $2,000 off.
There would be $2,000, yeah. So I've used up my first-time home buyer rebate.
Yeah.
But she hasn't. So if we do 50-50, we would have $2,000 off. Yeah, that would be correct.
Yeah. It's better than nothing.
Exactly.
That's how you need to see it.
I'll take any money that comes back from from the government.
It's always better than nothing. That's for sure.
Yeah. I mean, it's a hefty price if we're... Say you have a house that's like $650,000, it's about $10,000 of land transfer tax. I mean, $10,000 to add a name to a title or a couple names. It's a lot. It is a big amount. Now, where does that money go? Maybe the roads are going to be updated 15 years after you moved in. But
who knows?
It's a very big amount, so it's worth taking advantage of any first-time home buyer
for sure. Especially like if you're, let's say, that's bring me like to my other point again. Let's say you're buying a house out in the country, those fees they add up quick. How much is a well inspection?
$600 before tax,
at least. Around between 6 and 8. Then you have a septic inspection, same thing, 7 to 800 again.
Yeah, it's very similar.
Home inspection between 6 and 800 again. The costs they add up.
Oh yeah, for sure. And if you've just you've done a well and septic inspection, surprise, the septic is due within the next 3 years.
Yeah.
Here's another cost.
Another cost.
If you're going through with that house, keep in mind that you're gonna have around $30,000 to $35,000 to reinvest within the next 3 years.
Yeah.
Is that your down that you're putting down on your house? If so, maybe shop rural.
Maybe. So it depends what you want. Septic is one thing you need to keep in mind when buying, especially like an older home. You want to make sure the septic works and everything's fine.
It's a major cost if it doesn't.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's not always represented in the price because most sellers won't do a pre-inspection.
Yeah.
So they don't know the condition of their septic, and
that's right.
And maybe they do, and they don't want the buyers to know.
That's also a good point. But also, they've never had any issues with it. They've been there 40 years, but what's gonna happen in the next 5 years? You never know.
Yeah.
So something to keep in mind. If you have a brand new septic, then you're good to go.
Yeah, and for you guys that may be considering buying houses with septics or that do own a house with septics, here are some tips to keep it in the best condition. You want to use biodegradable soap. You're going to want to do 1 to 2 say your washer's running, maybe don't take a shower and have your washer running at the same time. That's a lot of soap going in right at once. What it does is it erodes and it also kills the bacteria in there. And if there's not enough bacteria, well, the matter that goes in there does not get decomposed.
That's right.
And if it doesn't get decomposed, that kind of erodes the walls of the septic. And very, very big downside there. But
thank you for your tips.
Yeah.
Keep that in mind for sure.
Of course.
One thing that surprised me, one of the worst things for a septic system is someone like with chemotherapy, like for cancer.
Okay.
Their pee is so toxic. It's gonna kill it's maybe not kill right away, but it's the worst thing you can have on your septic system.
No, that makes sense. I feel one of the worst bacteria things. Is not very... they're susceptible to radioactivity, that's for sure.
I've learned that not too long ago. And
really?
Yeah. I was like... It makes sense when you think about it because it's a bunch of chemicals, of like toxic chemicals killing stuff. Why not kill those bacterias?
Yeah.
It makes sense.
No, it's very particular to be maintaining a septic. It's particular.
Yeah.
You're going to need to have it emptied
here and there.
Here and there. I think the average is pretty much once every 2 years or so.
I believe so.
So there's also a cost of maintenance to that. But it's going to be worth that investment for sure.
Have you ever had a property for sale or with a buyer that had no holding tanks? Only a holding tank, no septic bed.
So yes, I did.
Me too.
It was for a bathroom in a garage though, in a shop.
Yeah.
So I guess a little bit less critical. You don't use it all that often unless you're running like a business and you have employees that use it often and everything. But there was a shower in there, there was a kitchen in there and everything. So it must pile up quite a bit. It's not the way to go if you're using your bathroom a lot.
Yeah. So we had one. We had a conditional offer upon on that house near the water in near Rockland, by the water, and that house had a holding tank. Only, not a new build, but I think it was 2016 or so. And it only had a holding tank. You need to empty it every 3 to 6 months.
Wow.
So.
And how do you get there?
What do you mean?
How do you get to empty it?
There's a truck that comes and pumps it out.
So it's behind the house and not underneath the building?
Nope. It's like just
underneath.
Behind. It's like a septic, but with no septic beds.
Okay.
It's just holding tank.
Okay.
Everything goes into the tank. I think it was a huge tank, but still, like if you have guests, stuff like that, if you're by yourself, it's not gonna fill up as fast. But if you're a family of 5 or something like that,
oh yeah,
you're gonna be emptying it once a month.
Yeah,
and it's like, I think, don't hold me accountable for that, but I think it's like 500, between 250 and 500.
Okay,
it's not cheap.
Gotta have the septic guy on speed dial.
Well, they have it scheduled. Those guys, they have it scheduled.
Okay.
They come every couple months.
Yeah.
And if they see it's getting more filled up, well, they call them and, hey, gotta come a bit sooner. Especially like if you're hosting for Christmas.
So there's sensors in there to know, or?
I don't know exactly how it works.
Probably the newer ones. They must have sensors.
Possibly, yeah.
That would make sense.
That would make sense for sure. Yeah. It would be good to have them for sure.
Yeah.
At least like give you a warning, 80% full. You might want to.
Yeah.
Might want to empty it within the next 2 weeks. That would be good. If not, someone has to invent that for sure.
Oh yeah.
A lot of money to be made.
That'd be lucrative.
For sure. New business idea. Well, it's pretty much all the time we have for today.
All right.
So
it was a great first experience.
Great experience.
Yeah. It's a nice setup.
Can only go uphill from here.
Yeah, we'll try and have a name for our next episode.
Yeah, for sure. If you have any suggestions, let us know. We're open to that. We'll see. It won't always be real estate related. Today was.
Yeah. No, we can flip around with the subject.
Flip around.
We'll try and keep, kind of.
Next one, we'll talk about golf.
Yeah.
How your golf game is going.
I got a tournament coming up on the 13th of September. Yeah.
Where?
Yeah. It's in Castleman.
Oh, that's a nice one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's a nice course.
Yeah.
Have you played a lot in the area since you came from Hearst?
Not all that much, actually. I thought I would play more, but it's
well,
a
you
busy
played
job,
Nation.
You know? But, yeah.
Nation
Bearbrook,
nice.
Nation, and Castleman.
What's your top 3?
For sure, Castleman in the first place. It's a really nice one. But Nation was a great experience as well. Yeah.
Nation is a very hard course.
Yeah.
Like,
it was not easy.
Yeah, it's always going left and right and left and right. Next thing you know, you're going 90 degrees. Or, like...
Yeah.
Oh, I love it, but I hate it at the same time.
Quite a bit of hills as well.
I would not walk it.
There's some divots and hills and whatnot. Yeah.
It's
I don't
one
think
of
I'd
the
want
only
that one either.
course. Because when we were going for my birthday, I was like, "Oh, do you want to walk or whatever?" And you're like, "Yeah, let's walk."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Nah, you're karting."
I didn't know that one yet.
Yeah.
Now I do.
But I like it. It's a really nice one. It makes me think a bit of the one in Montebello. That's one of my favorite courses.
That's on the Quebec side, is it?
On the Quebec side, just across Lefebvre.
Okay.
Across the river from Lefebvre.
There's so many to play around. I must.
So many nice ones.
I must be adventurous and go try.
The first year, I think I've played it. The first or second year, I had a lot more time. Wasn't as busy with real estate, obviously.
Yeah.
First year, I wasn't even in real estate, just doing my courses. I played like every week. I'd go play a different course, and that was really nice.
That's great.
Yeah, I played like 35 rounds.
Wow.
Yeah.
I may have done 5 this summer.
that was crazy.
Yeah.
5 different courses?
No, but just 5 rounds total in the summer.
Oh, I didn't play a lot this summer.
No.
Yeah. It is what
Getting
it is.
busy. It's a good sign.
It is.
It's a good sign.
For sure. All right. Well, we'll end it on the golf note.
Yeah. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you for listening, everyone.
This was amazing and
great first experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.